Alrighty, here we are. So we're gonna do coding right now, and I am still working on the Responsive Web Design certification. Alright, this is what I have completed so far. Completed this section, basic HTML and HTML5. Haven't made a video on that, but I'm just gonna go and start the videos where I am at right now. I completed basic CSS, and now I'm working on applied visual design. So I'm almost done with it. I got 22 out of 52, and let's get down to where I'm at. Okay, so right now I'm working on this push element left or right with the float property. Okay, let's see. Not actually use position. Sets the float property of an element. Floating elements are removed from the normal flow of a document and pushed to either the left or right. The containing parents. I'm going to use the width property. This given markup works well as a two-column layout, the section and the side elements. So I read the instructions here. This is the code area here, and this is what it looks like on this side. So, oh, and then these are the instructions you have to complete. Yeah, these are the things you need to complete, and then you hit run the test, and it'll tell you if you got it right or not. And you can get help too. Sometimes I use this. Lately I've been using it a lot. Alright, so let's see. What do I need to do? The element with ID left should have a float value of left. Okay. This needs to have a float value of left. The element with ID right, this needs to have a float value of right. See if I hit run the test. Well, I didn't do anything, so these are the errors down here. The element with ID left should have a float value of left. Yeah, I didn't do anything. So let's just figure this out. So yeah, I kind of got stuck on this. Check my notes. You should do notes too. Notes are helpful. Push elements. Okay, I don't get this, so I'm gonna watch the video, get help. Let's try hint first. Float.left to the hashtag left selector and float.right to the hashtag right. Okay, let's go back here. Float left hashtag right, and ID right should have a float. Oh, okay. I think it's right here. We will put position float. Nope, that didn't do anything. No, that's not it. And here it. Nope, that's not it. left. Oops. Okay, I don't think that's it either. So it's not, you gotta change ID this and ID that. Okay, we're gonna get this. Good stuff, sidebar. Okay, pushes it to the left or right. Containing commonly used with the width property. How much the given markup will work well is 2-column layout, section aside. Okay. Let's get some more help. Let's watch a video.
You can also position elements by setting floats. You can float something left or float something right. When you float an element, it's removed from the normal flow of the document and either pushed to the left or right. So let's see how it works. We can make these side by using these floats. So for the left ID, I'm going to put float left. And then the right here, I'm going to put float right. So if we look at
Okay, I get it. I'm not gonna watch the whole video. Okay, so float left. Okay, did that, and then put on here float right. Don't forget this piece here, semicolon. Okay, I guess it's now different. Run the test. Yay, we got that. And then I like to sometimes save my solution so I can see it for later. And we're going to save it. Oops. I have some other stuff in here, but save it there. And then that way when I look at it, I get this part here. Should have a screenshot too, but that's okay. Let's go to the next challenge. Change the position of overlapping elements with the z-index property. When elements are positioned to overlap using absolute, relative, fixed, or sticky, the element coming later in the HTML markup will by default appear on the top of the other elements. However, the z-index property can specify the order of how elements are stacked on top of one another. It must be an integer, a whole number, not a decimal. Higher values for the z-index property of the element move it higher in the stack than those with lower values. Okay, add a z-index property to element. With the class name of first, the red rectangle is set to a value of 2, so it covers the other element, the blue. Okay, the element with class first should have a z-index value of 2. So I think this is the element class first and a value of 2. So we're going to add this z-index and 2. See what that does. Anything change? I didn't see. Okay, it went in front. Okay, let's check. Ah, we got it. should I save this? It's okay, I think I get this one. Center an element horizontally using the margin property. Okay, so I guess we want to take this blue triangle, rectangle, and move it to the center. Another positioning technique is to center a block element horizontally. One way to do this is set the margins to a value of auto. Images are inline elements by default, but can be changed to block elements when you set the display property to block. Center the div, this, on the page by adding a margin property with a value of auto. Okay, so these are the things already on it, and we're going to add a new one. Margin auto. There we go. Now it's in the center. Okay, let's run the test. Nice, 48% complete. Okay, I can donate later. Learn about complementary colors. Whew, this is a long one. Color theory and its impact on design is a deep topic. Only the basics are covered in the following challenge. On a website, color can draw attention to content, evoke emotions, or create visual harmony using different color combinations. Can really change the look of a website, and a lot of thought can go into picking a color. That's true. There's some really cool websites. The color wheel is a useful tool to visualize how colors relate to each other. It's a circle where similar hues are neighbors and different hues are farther apart. When two colors are opposite each other, they have characteristics that if they are combined, they cancel each other out, create a great color. However, when placed side by side, these colors appear more vibrant and produce a strong visual contrast. Some examples of complementary colors with their hex codes are red, cyan, green, magenta, blue, and yellow. This is an outdated yellow RYP color model in Wichita School, which has different primaries. Okay, this is really long. It's pretty much talking about colors and how to complement each other. So, and here are some examples of complementary colors. Alright, so what is our goal? We're going to change the background color property of the blue and yellow classes to their respective colors. Notice how the colors look different next to each other than they do compared against the white background. Blue, they both look black. This is the code for black, all zeros. This is the code. So again, yellow. These are these two black boxes. The div element with class blue should have a black background color of blue. Okay, what's the code? So this is blue here. Talking about this here of blue. So we need the color code for blue. I think it's this one here. Let's try this. I just copy, paste stuff instead of writing it out and make a mistake. Oh, there we go. And then we need to do that with the black box, and we want to turn it yellow. So here's this. We're going to change this to yellow, which is right here. Okay. Let's copy that. Paste. Ah, I see. That's pretty cool. Alright. Ding ding. Let's go to the next one. Learn about tertiary colors. Computers, devices create different colors by combining amounts of red, green, and blue. RGB. These are the primary colors. When you mix them, you get secondary colors. Let's see, you saw these colors in the previous challenge. Yep. secondary colors happen to be the complement to the primary. Okay, let's see, what are we going to do? Tertiary colors are the result of combining primary color with a secondary color. So, for example, we got red and yellow. That will make orange. Oh, I didn't know that. So the primary is red and the secondary is yellow, and the tertiary is orange. This adds 6 more colors to a simple color wheel, or a total of 12. Okay. Let's see. This is orange, cyan, and raspberry. Change the background color property of the orange, cyan, and raspberry classes to their respective colors. So orange should have orange. Oh, okay. So right now the color code is black, so they want you to change these boxes to the correct colors that they are named. So we need orange, cyan, and raspberry color. So we're going to go up here, we're going to copy these codes. This is orange, paste that, cyan, paste that, and raspberry. I wonder what color this looks like. Oh, it looks kind of pink to me, magenta. And then we're going to run the test. Did we do each one of these? Orange, yep, cyan, raspberry. All the color values for the color classes should be hex codes and not color names. So this is a hex code, but then you can also say it in the name. You could say orange, and it'll still do it, but they want you to use the code, the hex code, which is this hashtag. And well, they gave it to us here, but there's a way you can look that up and get all the colors in their hex code. Nice. 52% of the way. So right now we're 17 minutes in. I'm going to put a timer up next time. We'll try to keep this to 30 minutes, our video. Okay. What are we doing here? So we're still working on our applied visual design. Adjust the color of various elements to complementary colors. Complementary colors. Opposite colors on the color wheel can make each other appear more vibrant when you place them side by side. However, the strong visual contrast can be jarring if it's overused on a website. Okay, I guess, yeah. Very black and white. And this is just too dark. Okay. So, I guess it wants us to change this. The page will use a shade of teal as a dominant, and it's orange for the complement to highlight the sign up buttons. Okay, right here. Change the background color of both the header and footer from black to teal. Then change the H2 text, which I think is this part here. No, I think it's this. To teal, and change the background color of the button to orange. Okay, so let's start with the first one. The first one is the header. We want to change it to this color, so we're going to copy this. We're going to go here in the style and look for header, and we're going to change background color, hex code. Oh, we should put a hashtag. Okay. And then the footer, where's the footer? Right here, which is this down here. Change that to this color here. I gotta keep copying the hashtag too. Okay. Ah, that looks nice. Okay. Oh, my little face is in the way. Let's see if I can make sure. I'm gonna hide my little face. All right. Then we're gonna do the H2 element and change that to this color. Copy the whole thing. And we're gonna go over to the H2. Oh, it doesn't have a background color, so we're gonna have to add that. Oh wait, oh no, it wants just the color, so it wants this part. Okay, okay, change the colors on the text. Okay, what are we gonna do last? The button, we need to change the button's background to this color. And the button, here we go. Ah, that looks really nice. Okay, so I guess these are the complementary colors. Teal and orange. Yeah, that does look a lot. That's better on the eyes. I agree. Let's run it. Nice. Alright, let's go to the next one. Adjust the hue of a color. Then take a quick pause so I can get a sip of water. Alright, just got back. And here we are, here I am. I also added the time up here so I can keep track of the time. But I'm already 22 minutes in, so I'm gonna go for another 8 minutes, and that would be in half an hour. So I like to spend half an hour and then take a break. Chunk learning, I think is what it's called. Alright, let's get back to this. Adjust the hue of a color. Okay, so we have a new, I like to keep track also of the new code names. So we have HSL, and that means, what does that mean? Well, it has something to do with hue, so I'm going to put hue. Hue is what people generally think of as a color. If you picture a spectrum of colors starting with red on the left, move through green in the middle and blue on the right, the hue is where a color fits along this line. Hue uses a color wheel concept instead of a spectrum, and the angle of the color on the circle is given as a value of 0 and 360. 360 degrees, like a circle. Okay, saturation, there's saturation, hue, just taking notes, and lightness. Oh, okay, that's what it stands for, HSL. Saturation, hue, and lightness. Okay, so this is in between 0 and 360 degrees for hue. Saturation is given as a percentage. This stuff is good to know, how you're going to be putting it in, like a percent, a pixel, and then the lightness, amount of white or black in a color, and that's another percent. And 0 is black for lightness, and 100% is white. Okay, and 50% is normal. Oh, it's normal. Okay, here's an example. Red is 0 150%. HSL, okay. I'm gonna write down, I like to write down the examples too. I'm just gonna write down 100. Okay, you have to have the percent sign too. 4. Oh, okay. I think I get that. This is not a percent. It's a degree. Or it's between 0 and 360. So you don't need the percent sign. These are percentages. So you have to add the percent sign. And I guess it's only... Is it only 0, 50, and 100? I wonder if you could put like 22%. Oh, we'll try later. Okay, so, excuse me. Your code should use the HSL property to declare the color green. Do I just go green HSL? Oh, I think I put it here. Green. I'm just going to copy this whole text and replace this text with it. Okay. Let's just check if I'm doing it correctly. This will be a check mark. Okay. That worked. Now we gotta do the rest of them. Cyan. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Okay. And blue. Blue. Blues clues. Okay. Yep. I want to try something though. I wonder if it lets me do like 20%. Oh, it does. That's pretty cool. So I guess it's anything between 0 and 100. Let's change this to, say, 11. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. It's like a dark green, I guess. Okay. Doesn't like it. We'll copy this back so we can move on. Okay. Where are we at on time? 56%. 2 more minutes. So we will finish the next one, and that will be my video. Cooking with FCC. What are we going to do this? Adjust the tone of a color. HSL, so we're going to use the HSL code. Options makes it easy to adjust the tone of a color. You mix white with pure hue, creates a tint of that color, and adding black will make a shade. Alternately, a tone is produced by adding gray or by both tinting and shading. Recall that the S and L, which was saturation and lightness of HSL, stand for saturation. Okay. The saturation percent changes the amount of gray and lightness. Okay. Kind of tinkered with that last one. All elements have a default background color of transparent. Do they? Oh, the default. Our nav element currently appears to have a cyan. Okay. Yep. Cyan background because the element behind it has a background color set to cyan. Add a background color to the nav element so it uses the same cyan hue but has 80% saturation and 25% lightness values. The nav element should have a background color of the adjusted. Okay, where's the nav? Oh, right here. There's nothing in it. So this is where they want you to do it, to add the code. So I'm just going to add, okay, I'm just going to go, I'll type it and not be lazy this time. Background, color, and we're going to go HSL. What do they want? %, 25%. Okay. What's the first one? Okay, well, I think this color right here is already this hue, but they want us to adjust this percent and this percent. And that's the only information I have, because they're not giving us this first one, but they want it to be similar to this, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say I think this is supposed to be 180, and they want 80% for the S and 25% for the L. So 80%, add the percent, and 25%. Oh, okay. Did that do anything? I think it changed this. I always like to take it and move it, see what it did. Okay. Oops. Oh shoot, I messed it up. Gotta type it again. 180. And 25. Okay. Yep. Ding, ding, ding. 58%. Alright. We're gonna take a break. Tubular. And when we come back, we'll finish up the last 42%. Alright. Gotta go rest my brain.